This is going to be a quick rules video to explain the new elements that were introduced in the Age of Annihilation Wave 1, or Story Arc of Age of Annihilation Part 1, and that is going to be the Laur walls, the Wellspring water tiles, and the Laur jungle trees and jungle underbrush piece rules. Interesting is that this comes with some Laur jungle trees, but the rules for the trees are not included in this box. They are in this box, the Grove at Laur's Edge. First are the Laur walls, which came in the Age of Annihilation Master Set. Now, there is going to be a Laur wall pack that comes out. It may have some special rules for them, but I looked in the scenario and maps booklet and in the rulebook, and I could not find any rules regarding these. So I believe they are just line of sight blockers. So, Bach cannot see Dorm the Bulkhead Brawler on the other side of that wall. I stacked up some tiles next to these, and I believe they are height 12. They might be height 13, but I think 12. In the Battle for the Wellspring battle box, the Wellspring water tiles were introduced, and they have some rules that are as follows. Diluted sources of Wellspring water exist throughout Valhalla. At the beginning of a round, we'll say Bach has moved in there. At the beginning of a round, you may roll the 20-sided die for each hero you control on a Wellspring water tile. If the result is 12 or higher, that hero may remove one wound marker from its army card. If the result is a 1 or a 2, that hero becomes confused by visions and suffers 2 wounds. Wellspring water is a type of water and follows all normal water rules in addition to the rules that were just described. And in the Grove at Laur's Edge are the Laur jungle trees and Laur underbrush. They follow similar rules to the Tikala jungle pieces, so we'll go over those real quick for the basic game and master game. First, building with the jungle tree tiles. Each jungle tree tile in this set occupies one single hex space. Jungle tree tiles may be placed adjacent to other tiles or on top of them. When placed, a jungle tree tile must have 2 or more of its 6 connecting sides attached to other hexes. For example, a Laur tree may be attached to a water tile, a sand tile, or another jungle tree tile. This example here is a legally placed tree and a legally placed Laur underbrush. Moving through a jungle tree tile, figures are not allowed to occupy or move through jungle tree tiles. You may remove a canopy to access hard-to-reach areas of the battlefield, which just kind of pops off there. But you must reattach it afterwards. If a figure cannot fit on a space under a canopy, you cannot remove the canopy to allow the figure to move onto that space. Line of sight. Jungle trees may block line of sight. Ranged attacks can be used only if a clear line of sight is available between or through any jungle trees in the way. The master game rules explain line of sight. Now for the master game only, they have the special rules, attacking figures adjacent to a jungle tree tiles with ranged attacks. So we're going to say Bach is going to attack that Knave of the Silver Scimitar. A figure becomes adjacent to a jungle tree when it moves into a space within one space of that tile. This means that the tile the tree is attached to, not other tiles beneath its canopy. When a small, medium, or large figure adjacent to a jungle tree is defending against a non-adjacent attack, it receives 1 additional defense die. Adjacency exceptions. Just like with other figures, being within one space of a jungle tree doesn't always make a figure adjacent. If a figure's base is above the top of the jungle's tree trunk, or the top of a figure is below the tree's base, that figure is not adjacent to the jungle tree. Attacking an adjacent figure is different. A defending figure adjacent to a jungle tree that does not get extra defense die when attacked by another adjacent figure. Bach extra defense die. Frostclaw Paladin, likely pounded into dust, no extra defense die. And we've got the jungle underbrush here, which would show you that from this position, Bach cannot see that the Exile of the Sundered Sea beside that bush. So the line of sight and adjacency rules apply for both the jungle underbrush and the trees. It just had described them all as trees in the rules, but you get the extra defense die for being adjacent to the underbrush piece as well, from ranged attacks and line of sight blocked. And as an added bonus here from user Mythic on the Discord at Renegade Game Studios today, they posted a remedy for a lot of the warped peanut bases that people are getting in their set. So if you'd like to unwarp it and let it lay flat on the table, my Zenithrax was warped, but now has been fixed according to this method. It's pretty simple. You boil some water, get some tongs or something so you can dip the base into the boiling water for about 10 seconds. You don't want to go too long. Might start to discolor it or warp it or whatever, but it's about 10 seconds in boiling water to get it hot. Then immediately put it into an ice bath and press down on it as it's in the ice bath and hold it there for, I don't know, as long as you wish, until maybe your hand gets too cold or you feel it just get to the shape you want. But as you're holding it, the plastic will harden back up and the base will be flat. So that should get rid of the warp for you. Again, be careful, use tongs. You do not need to submerge the entire figure into boiling water, just the base to get the base soft. I believe my Zenithrax was in a little bit too long because right between her toes now, the plastic has become lighter. However, the base is flat and she doesn't wobble when she's on the board, so that's good. And that's just the new stuff that was added with Age of Annihilation Part 1, which came out in August of 2024. Hope those rules help and that saves you from needing to watch possibly an hour-long plus video to look for the rules you're looking for. So, there you go. Hope that helps.